The writer for that.
All right, we are
Yeah.
live,
I
just
mean,
to
we're
let you
not gonna
know,
see Fable.
guys.
We're not gonna see Fable for another 3, 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like all this promise, man. I'm getting a little tired of your broken promises, promises. Looking at your page, seeing different numbers and numbers. That's all Microsoft, yo. You guys can hear me?
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
cool. All right, we're doing a little bit of a preliminary testing here, just to make sure everything's good. I should be actually logging off of my my work computer. Fucking slow ass tablet, punk ass bitch, tablet ass computer. Let's see here.
You bought it,
Doing a little bit of a
and you
preliminary testing.
even though Microsoft helping you out all day, every day.
Oh, the white man helped me out too, so there's that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I swear I'm not
Hey,
racist.
yo,
I swear, Jesus.
we had the Saint Patty's Day party at the house with the neighbors, right?
Hmm.
And like they pre-gamed before even coming to the house, and was drunk as shit by the time they got to the house. The motherfuckers didn't start leaving the house until like 10, 11 o'clock. They go home.
But like, how the fuck did you even get to the crib? How'd you get to the crib? You drunk like this
Well,
shit?
they walked because it was like our little cul-de-sac. But goddamn,
So you white, you around white people. You calling shit cul-de-sacs and shit, yo. Niggas don't do that shit.
yeah, that's
The
all
fuck?
that's in my neighborhood. I mean, the Spanish people that the Latino people that stay next door to us,
That nigga try to be
they
politically
don't fuck
correct
with
like a
they don't
motherfucker.
they used to
The
fuck with me and the
Latinos.
wife. They used to fuck with me and the wife, right? And then they got into an altercation with the other
Wait, you say
neighbors.
wait. You say fuck with you and the wife. You mean like y'all be
Yeah,
swapping? Y'all
yeah,
be swapping wives and
yeah. I got nah. They no. they
Wait a
used
minute.
they
That
used to like
definitely is a
they
white
used to
people
like
thing. I'll
come
tell
over.
you that.
Look, they used to like come over to the house and chill, drink, fucking laugh at each other on the VR and everything, right? And then they got into an altercation with the white people in the neighborhood, right?
And what happened?
And they just stopped fucking with everybody.
It was like that's.
And
It was like that's too
I was like,
ratchet.
well, goddamn,
Tom, Tom,
shit.
Tom. It's too ratchet.
Yeah.
I had this one white chick, yo. She called in and shit, and she was mad cool though. She asked me, and I shouldn't have done this shit. See, this is why I was giving my hopes up and shit. But she was like, "What's your Instagram?" I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna give me some pink pussy tonight." Nah, she didn't come back.
It's all pink.
This is true. But it's more pink if you're black.
That's so true.
Or if you're
It
Asian.
stands out
If you
more.
Asian, it could be brown on the insides.
It's still pink.
Is it?
It's
How
still
deep
Yeah.
are
pink.
you? How deep are
Yeah.
you going?
I'm hitting bottom.
Like that, like the lips. The lips
Out the
sometimes
back.
be brown and shit. Look like Wesley Snipes and shit, laying down. I'm like, damn, you got some black
I mean,
ass lips.
white girl can be brown too if she
I
wants.
didn't know that when I was younger. I was
And
like,
white
yo,
girls
are you? I
can.
was like, I seen. Well, sometimes it be like that. I was like, yo, 'cause her nipples, her areolas were dark. I was like, wait a minute. I thought you said you were white. Put your clothes back on. You only fucking white bitches. She was like, I am white. I was like, why your nipples brown? I want pink nipples.
They're burnt. They're
That chocolate
candid.
chip out of here,
That's what I
yo.
signed up for.
This
This is not
chocolate.
what I signed up for.
Get these chocolate chips out of here. I want fucking strawberry shortcake. Why this shit brown? She was like, this is my
This
family.
goddamn Chips Ahoy.
You chips a whore. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. This was the pre thing. So anyway, welcome to the No Filter Gamecast. Oh boy, we gonna try to keep this shit an hour. I ain't even gonna hold you. This shit is that last one was mad long. It was so long that the fucking computer said wrap this shit up and cut it. An hour.
Like, I want to wrap it up. Update. I got
This
an update coming.
That shit. Yeah, you better. I don't know what show was that. Everybody was making fun of that. You remember back in the '90s, like when they be on the stage, they be like, "I like to thank my mom," and then all of a sudden they start playing that music. Like like shut the
Yeah,
fuck up and get
yeah.
off the
To
stage.
make it, yeah. Hurry the fuck up.
Hurry the fuck up. You doing too much. You doing too much. Anyway,
It
we
was
got.
probably on the Grammys too and shit.
I think it was the Grammys actually. I think it was the Grammys that was doing all that. And I know what. After this podcast is over, I think I'm gonna have to go into the settings and kind of lower the the streaming bit rates and all this other shit. I just don't feel like doing this shit now. I really don't. Fuck it. Anyway, we got some subjects to talk about. We're gonna talk about two subjects. At first, last week I was going to call this shit games of my podcast, and then games of my what was it called again? Games of my politics, and I realized that it kind of limited me on the stuff that I wanted to talk about. So I will still talk about politics and shit like that, but what I'll do, and it's in its new form, is have one subject about what the general gaming news was, and then the other subject is going to be about sort of some gaming shit, politics in there. Oh, excuse me, because right now I'm all like I'm still waking up. I'm still groggy. I was asleep. So either way, let's get this shit on the road. Our first topic, as you can see in the subjects on the lower left hand side of the screen, Microsoft's and Sony's strategy for gaming. Um, if you look at the business structure of what they were both doing, let's go to Microsoft because that's the easiest strategy that they do. They haven't made a game like a new IP or anything really new for the what is it 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They haven't made anything new, and the reason why is because
They made games no triple A's.
what was the double A's? Is that fucking
Like
Honey
Flight
I Shrunk the
Simulator and Gears.
that shit was being made 10 years ago, man. It took them 10 years to put that out.
Well, all their games take 10 years.
True, it's
Yeah,
true.
pretty
Okay,
much.
that's what I thought.
For the
Crackdown.
for the console though,
What's
for the
that?
console, Jim.
Scorn started getting made in like 2013 or something. Still waiting on that shit.
Most of their games are going to be like really, really like far out. But for the games that's in the future, you kind of look at their structure, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like what they're doing is they're recalibrating for Game Pass. And we already told you that they kind of want to focus on AA games with a few AAA games sprinkled in there. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's going to be smaller games that you can consume probably in one sitting. You know what I'm saying? If they can get enough people, enough developers to do it. They probably have a strict budget, something like, I don't know, 25 million. Have a few levels. Most of the shit's probably going to be like DLC type games where you can just play that shit and keep it moving. There was an interesting statistic that I've seen for Game Pass, and they were saying about like 40% more people from I don't know what other statistic that they were going based off of are playing more games, and I'm like, well, no fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you sign in and you buy the shit for $1 or the 15 that you purchased it for, and you splurge. How many of them are finishing
Of
the
course,
games?
you're gonna try more things when they're free, or
Right,
when you have a low entry cost.
right, and I think they're probably kind of looking at the moves of the consumer and how they're doing things. But for the most part, it looks like they're doing it in little bite size, and they may have one big or two big or three big AAAs throughout the year, and then to get that attraction. Does everybody agree with that or disagree? Let me start off with Sam. What do you think?
I think what they're trying to do is they release a big game every quarter,
Like four
and
games a year?
what they're trying to do is about 4 games a year, big games, and then just they're trying to. My suspicion is they're just trying to flood the market and make it undeniable how much value you're getting. It's pretty much they're gonna flood the market with games, and then it's gonna make everyone else like look bad. And and then I think Sony's gonna follow suit. I don't know. I pretty much. But if they lose market share, if Sony loses market share, or any game time, or people play more on Xbox, they're gonna follow suit.
Um,
Which is kind of the sad thing.
I don't think they're going to follow suit because every subscription service they are always in the black. The only thing that it's always showing shareholders how many subscribers you have, but they're always chasing going into the black. Sony tried to do this shit with the live TV services a lot. If you look at the live TV services, which is a subscription, you can see how many rose and fell. You know what I'm saying? They're all trying to do it. Even free shit is even, having issues having it for free. Even that's a fucking problem. So I feel like no one has ever done it seriously in the gaming sector, and it's probably Microsoft is the first one that's really have been doing it seriously. I think most of the money that they're going to make is trying to get other people to make AAA games, like you said, every quarter, and then have these little games because they were saying something like single and double A games at one
The
point.
the the, the, the thing
Yeah,
that can make gaming
Bill.
more successful for sub services because you got MTX, you got microtransactions, and
Microtransactions,
you got
yeah.
people actually you got people buying the game instead of like streaming, where it's just you're paying a flat fee.
Most people need to
Also,
understand. Most people need to understand this. You gotta look at how money is broken down when you sell games. Head and Shoulders is microtransactions. This is the reason why they do what they do. Head and Shoulders. It is microtransactions, straight up. What
yeah,
about you, Nelson or Jeremy or whatever you want to be fucking called, Negro?
Sure, that works for me.
Which one, Negro?
I think yeah, that works.
All right.
I think they're gonna have like one or two big games a year, like or a ZeniMax game, and then one of their studios, and then a lot of the smaller ones. But I think they're gonna want to try and buy another large publisher because what I really think they want to do is force Sony and Nintendo's hand so they can just get on cloud. They don't have to, build consoles and stuff anymore and just stream to everything.
Right.
That's what they make money off of Spotify and all that shit. It's so much more efficient to sell it on, you know what I mean? They get a cut from everybody and they don't have to invest in building hardware, which
Well,
they're not a hardware company in the first place.
well, just like we were saying before, they are literally working on microtransactions. That's it. Like every game, I guarantee you, like 90% of the games that they make is going to be microtransaction based, so they can recoup off of
That's
that.
why
yeah.
Fable Legends was canceled. They didn't want to make that
Even this,
shit because
even, even the single player games, it's gonna be like Assassin's Creed where you got those cosmetic skins, and you got those experience grinds, because they're gonna have to make money somehow.
Hmm. And
You
that's it.
can't fucking sell a $300 million or $200 million game and give it for $15.
And then not only that, right? Spotify is successful because you can play that music anywhere, and you can't do that with games. And not everybody likes games, believe it or not, right?
Yeah,
What about you,
yeah.
Magnificent Black?
Yo, I mean, you hear me okay?
Yeah, well, you're a little low, but I can make it out.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, based on the moves that they've been making, I think it's a smart move, business wise, as you know, from a business perspective. But as a gamer, I don't like it. What I'm looking at with the moves that Microsoft are making, the games that they're putting into Game Pass, I went through the library literally last week on my PC, and I wasn't inclined at all to purchase the subscription because there was nothing in there that talked to me as a gamer, And I play a variety of games, and the games that I'm looking at there, this is like, it's like things that I've either already played or things that I'm just wasn't interested in at all. And it's like there's some games in there is like I might play it, but it's like I could be doing something else with my time. Those are the type of games I'm seeing, and they're the whole thing about their the subscription is that's that day and date thing, and that's the big dream, that's the big selling point. At least to me, that's what I'm seeing. That's what to me was makes me interested in the service, and they're not dropping any day and date games, and we haven't seen any AAA games coming from Xbox in such a long time, and this is the big selling point that they're trying to force feed or market to everyone that these games are going to be day and date. We don't even know if these games are going to be AAA when they drop. They're probably going to be double A games. And we talked about that
And I,
before. They dropped Battletoads. They dropped. Flight Simulator
Yeah,
doesn't really talk to console gamers. I'm a console gamer, and I'm getting into PC gaming right now, but I'm not really into. Even if I start heavy playing PC, I don't think I'm ever gonna get into Flight Simulator type games or simulators for that matter. You know,
They,
I might check them out, but you know, I'm a console gamer at heart. You know,
they have
and
their
we
own. They
talking
have
about
their own thing. The supply similar thing. Like that. I know somebody. He was like 50 something years old back in the day,
right,
and he played that shit like hard, and that's the only game he played.
right.
So you
You know,
can't
it's
throw Flight
definitely
Simulator in there and expect everybody to play that shit. It's no.
right, right. I mean, it's gonna talk to some people who are into that thing. I mean, it has its usefulness, but you know, at the same time, like if you're a console gamer, what's gonna be there's nothing appealing. I'm well to me. I can't talk for everybody else, but me as a console gamer, be getting on the PC to go to check out what's on what's available because I don't have an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Just to go on there and check out what's available. It just don't. None of the games talk to me, man. And they haven't shown us any gameplay. We don't know what these games look like. We've only seen CG trailers for what's the game coming out that we were just talking about? The Fable.
Yeah.
That was not a CG trailer. Like I mean, I don't know. Maybe it looks that good that it looked like it was CG to me, but it looked like a CG trailer. That didn't
No,
look
no,
anything like
it was a
CG.
CD show, but we do have
Perfect Dark.
we have Bleeding Edge. That was the first their first attempt at this microtransaction shit.
Right.
So yeah,
I mean,
we have
Nah,
bloody
Gears has it. Forza has it. Sea of Thieves has it. Uh,
microtransactions.
State of Decay has it. They're not forced, but like if you want good shit for multiplayer, what is it, the Steel or whatever, you can
mhm.
get a pack for $100.
Man, that's like a pack of cigarettes.
If you were to buy everything in there, it'd be like
With
2,500 bucks.
with
I didn't want to count it all up.
micro with microtransactions are in State of Decay.
All the DLC and the costume packs and stuff. I've looked through it because
I
I've
can't
had
hear
Game
you
Pass for like
breaking up.
2 years.
Or is it me? Is that
That,
my end?
nigga, that's you.
I think it's you.
Is it my end that's breaking up?
Yeah, nigga, try to blame it on somebody else, just like a nigga. No, no, you
I'm
good,
just
Tay?
asking.
No, I'm playing with fucking with you. No, it was you. It was you. You there? Hello.
Okay.
What were you?
You're
Okay, so
breaking up.
you breaking up.
I'm
Oh,
not.
he going back out and go back in. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, the way that I look at it, when he comes back in, I'll ask him. It's crazy how that's another subject we're gonna talk about. Let me message him real quick. Let me see here, cause he probably in. I forgot. I think he'd be saying he'd be in a car or some shit. Um, do. No, it says that he's in here. Oh no, Tay, you in there?
Yeah.
All right, where you at,
Well,
man? You're breaking up
what?
bad. Yo, Tay.
He's at work.
This
Diddly-doo. That's all I heard.
Sound like Mario drowning.
He said, I think I heard him say, I hate this phone or some shit, yo. He's like, fuck it. All right, so we spit. See, look at this shit again. Hold on. See, it is doing weird
Can you hear
shit.
me now?
A little better. Hold on. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, my shit's green now. I don't know what it is. Every time it fucking rains down here in Florida, fucking disco fuck up like a motherfucker for me. Can you hear me now?
A little better. Hold on. Son of a bitch. It seems to be
My
working.
shit's green now. I don't know what it is. Every time it
It
fucking
seems to be
rains.
working. All right. Shut your ass up, phone. Anyway, so it's because I'm like logging into this fucking computer. I gotta fucking reset the modem or something when I get a chance. Um, I was looking at Sony's strategy, and they kind of stagger their releases, from what I can see. And the reason why they stagger, from what I can see again, their releases is so that the third party can get their shit in. So it's almost as if like their AAA titles is why it's so bombastic, is to drag people or lure people into that ecosystem. Year
Right.
over year over year, it seems like they are making more and more money based off of people using the store and purchasing things, whether it be microtransactions or the games themselves. Because remember, they're not manufacturing games anymore when you go to the store. You know what I'm saying? So you just get that raw money right then and there, you know, and you get a lot. So they know how important it is for people to purchase games, and microtransactions have that choice. Is why they don't want to disrupt that. See, Microsoft would be considered the disruptor, but they could have easily, with the amount of studios that they had, flooded because they did the shit in PS3 era, and they learned their lesson. Their games were cannibalizing each other. That was a big issue. You know, when you want to release multiplayer games, people were playing Uncharted, but they weren't playing Killzone, or they were playing Killzone and not playing Starhawk, or if they were playing Starhawk, they
or
weren't playing
Resistance
or
2 or
Resistance.
something. Yeah.
Right. So they learned not to release. They had to kind of do that. That was the great. That was the. It had to do that because everyone was looking at like they don't have any games, so they had to pump the market so people can clearly see that there were clearly games being played, and it seems like it's working out for them. You know what I'm saying? What's your take, Killer Tech?
I don't even know what the fucking question is.
Ain't that a bitch? All right, we're gonna go back to Microsoft. What do you think Microsoft's strategy is? Let me start off with that, and then the second question is, what do you think Sony's strategy is? That's why I was saying what I was saying. So Microsoft strategy. What do you think that's going on?
I think Microsoft's strategy when it comes to putting games out, uh, they didn't really have at first. They didn't really have any studios, so why they're buying studios now. Better for me, it's better late than never. I know Phil said in one of his interviews that he wanted to try to put at least games out a quarter. So once these studios that they bought start pumping games out for that Game Pass, it will start looking better. You'll probably start seeing a lot more people getting it. Depending on what type of games they push out, as far as AAA go.
Right.
I know they are pushing that Game Pass shit right now, so they don't have to do it once they actually start putting games in there that people want.
Okay.
I myself am not a Game Pass partaker, as you know, Josh. Every fucking E3, I'm spending at least $1,000 on pre-ordering games.
Right.
Just because I'm on the road so much, so I don't forget them.
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah. So I think Game Pass would be more appealing once those studios that they bought actually start pumping games out, and that would be where they see gaming is, and I think Sony will also follow once Game Pass is starting to be appealing. They will go back to that route that they were going to take at the beginning of the PS4 generation, where they were going to do similar to what Microsoft is now doing. What was the second question?
What do you think Sony's strategy is in terms of what they're doing? Because I mentioned what I think is happening. So what do you think Sony's strategy is? I don't think they're going to follow suit. I really don't. I don't think that's going to be a thing.
I think they are. I think right now, Sony's strategy right now is to wait because they've been doing that since the start of the last gen. To wait because they were when beginning of last generation they were going to be doing the same thing. They were going to be talking about TV. Well, probably not TV, but they had games to back up all that TV talk at the time.
Oh, who did?
And Sony.
Xbox had some decent launch games.
Do you mean Sony did DRM like Microsoft was going to do?
Yeah,
they did do it. It's called Game Pass.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna go back to that.
Jeremy, why your kid roasting somebody?
Huh? I don't know.
About that.
You heard that shit, right? She was like, "Yo, she's straight ugly." Damn.
I don't know. I don't know who's even talking about.
You
No,
talking-
no, you have to be connected to the internet to play on Game Pass. You have to be online all times. Take your internet off and try to get on Game Pass, or try to get on the Game Pass. That's DRM right there. They did it. They just made it look like a value. I mean, they still accomplished their goal.
Yeah.
When you're on your phone, do you have to be online? They can see everything that you're doing. Xbox never even shuts off. I can charge anything off it even when it's off. It's always on.
Hmm.
Yeah, it has a high power draw.
Let me ask you this then.
This
Sam, I'll get back to you, Jeremy. Sam, what do you think is going on?
I think Sony wants the status quo. I think they like it as it is. But apparently, like essentially, Game Pass, if it takes over, like if it reaches a critical mass, like let's say 50 to 60, 70 million subscribers, all right?
Right.
There's no way I see Sony not following suit and doing something similar, or yeah, something pretty much exactly the same.
Well, I mean, honestly,
Because even though their games are more successful now, like they're selling 10, 15 million copies, 20 million copies. If you look at God of War, for example,
yeah, they never did that. They never sold
the,
that.
the,
yeah, it
um,
did. God of War and Horizon.
God of
both
War's
sold over
around
10
20
million.
million right now, but
It's around 10. Spider-Man's over 20.
it's not on it's not on the same level as Nintendo, where Nintendo they make their games on such a low budget and they sell so many fucking copies that they're so profitable. It's like Sony has to probably follow suit if they lose market share. If they don't lose any market share and it's the same and people still buying games and still buying microtransactions and majority of the players of Call of Duty and FIFA on PS5, they probably won't. But if they do lose market share, let's say like a lot of people are just spending more time on Xbox, then they will follow the Game Pass route and they'll combine PS Now and PS Plus. But this is probably 3 to 4 years from now, not maybe even this year. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yo,
They
Sons,
said
what's
something
going on,
about
bro?
combining.
Okay, so of course they're going to follow suit if it's successful. The question here is it successful? Is it really going to be successful? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? And
The problem is that Microsoft's got the money to bleed. They can make it. I know 100%. I know they're losing money right now, but they can lose money for 7 years. Sony doesn't want to lose money for 7 years. They want to be profitable. They're more profitable now than they ever were before.
the only thing that's going to stop Microsoft from doing this, because I want to get things straight. I don't want any subscription service. Period. I think all of them are dumb. I don't even like music subscription services to be frank.
Yeah,
I'm
music. Well,
I'm totally I'm
the
up for buying my own games. You know, what I mean, my own songs and tracks, and I still do it to this day.
Spotify is great for the consumer, but it's fucking disastrous for the artists.
It is.
Like so many musicians that make no money now. They're literally giving their product for free.
Yup, and they make their money off of tours and shit like that. That's what's going on, and that's the
Yeah.
same. And actually, I'm glad that you brought that up, Sam. That's what's going to happen. You're going to get shittier music.
Like,
The
if you look
production
at-
values is going to be ass. I mean,
If you look at the 90s and early 2000s when people were buying CDs, an artist that sold 50,000 copies of, like, let's say a CD, or even 10,000, could make a living off that. Now they can't literally they can have 1 million people listening to their music, 5 million people listening to their music, and they literally make as fucking a cent. They don't make anything at all. So more people are listening to the music right now, but they're not making any money. Whereas before, fewer people were listening to their music, and they were making money. How the fuck does that work out, man?
I think every artist situation would be different though, right? Like if they own their own music, then they get a bigger cut or bigger kickback on that, right?
some people that make these garbage fucking musics, yeah, they do get a kickback from that. They'll make these
Yeah.
shit music,
If you
They
sign
don't-
to a 360 deal, you're not going to get any money off of the stream. It just depends on
but
the situation.
they also
It depends on the deal.
but they also do this shit too. They do tours, and and that's where they get the money from.
Yeah,
That's where they're getting their money.
merchandising.
and merchandising. That's what's really going on. You know. So that being said,
I don't. I don't think Game Pass is and the
nigga,
reason why I think
say
that.
again. You see, you don't
The
think
reason, I mean,
I couldn't hear you.
I don't think Game Pass. I don't think Game Pass is losing money, and the reason why I say that is because none of these. If Game Pass was as much money as everybody thinks, uh, there wouldn't be any third party deals putting their shit in there at all, day and date or without.
There,
They get paid regardless. Do you think they
no.
care if they're
They,
making money?
no,
because there would be no money for them to make if it.
Microsoft is paying them a lump sum of money, and look at the games they're
That's
putting
what I'm
out.
saying.
But
And
look at the games
that
they're
too.
putting out day and date. It ain't like big fucking crazy shits. It's stuff that they are kind of
Well,
worried about if it's
that's
going to fail
yeah.
or not.
Yeah, their games are day and date, and uh, the indie games are day and date. But still, also have to think about a lot of people that play indie that wouldn't try those indie games are actually
Mhm.
trying those indie games, and they're getting a lot of extra money for people buying them off of that, on top of whatever money that Microsoft gave them in order to put it on there. Like take fucking this new game getting ready to come out on the first. What's the name of it?
Outriders.
Outriders,
Mhm.
right? Made by Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics.
It wasn't
Mhm.
Crystal Dynamics,
You,
but it's
you
Square
People
Enix.
can fly. People can fly as
yeah,
well.
people can
Can
fly.
fly.
They're
Yeah.
part of
Mhm.
they're part of what, Square Enix, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So you really think Square Enix, the publisher of that game, would actually put their game on there if they didn't think it was going to make any money on there?
What is?
They know it's not because I didn't finish the demo.
Say what?
I couldn't even finish the demo.
I
It
mean,
just
that's
wasn't
that's
very
you.
good.
I mean, for people that like that type of game, that looter fucking type of game, they're gonna get on it.
Yeah, but you gotta understand,
Because it's free, but would you pay for it?
they're trying to lure people in with the
I know.
microtransactions,
I
like I
mean,
said
that's. I
before.
mean, yeah, I mean, when Sony do, I don't think that's gonna be any microtransactions.
How much
They
you want to
haven't said
bet?
that.
How much you want to bet, Tay?
I mean, if they do, they do. I mean, it's up to you to buy them or not.
Yeah, but they're gonna be this shit is gonna be revolving around microtransactions to recoup, because
But
the
but
fucking
then
Marvel
again, but
didn't
then
do it
again,
either.
but then, well, I ain't nobody's playing that game. They have like 3 people playing that fucking Marvel.
That's what I'm saying. They don't want another Marvel incident.
But that Marvel game was trash. That was their fucking.
Well, it was free for a time. Had a demo, and they saw that people didn't want that shit. They was like, they didn't
Yeah,
have
I
a
mean,
situation.
that's what I'm saying.
but still though, Microsoft has to pay them money. If Microsoft didn't see, I mean, they have to pay them money to put that shit on their day, right?
But
On top of whatever somebody's buy. Microsoft
Well,
wasn't
they gotta
making any
put
money on that. I don't think they would have went third party
they have to put
developers
something on there
to
though.
put that shit
What do
on
they
But
their
got
day
to
and
put
date.
on there?
but the fact that Microsoft has to
Say
pay
what?
them money, the fact that Microsoft has to pay them money, is the question. That's the $1 million question. They gotta
They
pay them
do.
money
Ain't nobody gonna put.
to put the money
Yeah,
to
but
put
I
it on
mean,
there.
you gotta look. Square Enix is a big fucking publisher. On top of the book, having their development team make games also.
Right. So,
So of course they're gonna have to pay up front.
but the whole argument, Tay, is that if they're making money, if they're losing money, and I think they are.
I
Well,
don't
if
think that's what I'm saying. I
well,
mean, how do you feel that? How do you
well,
Wasn't there
would
a
ask them?
they haven't released any games for people like any major games. You got all those people kind of sitting on payroll currently. They still gotta get paid, and you got this streaming service that has overhead itself. So where do you think that
yeah,
they're getting paid?
they're
From the
losing money.
people that subscribe. I mean, they got 18 million subscribers.
They got
How
18
many are
million
paying?
users. It ain't
I
18.
don't know.
It
Do
ain't
you know?
18. We pretty much know
I
that ain't the true number.
I mean, it could and could not be. I can't say it is or
We
it ain't, 'cause I don't actually
we
have the
all
numbers.
saw Microsoft give that shit out for $1. That's what they're
Hey,
Don't
counting.
take it
I'm
like
paying a
I'm
dollar. I'm
I'm
paying a
saying
dollar.
no, no, no. No, what I'm saying is, I mean, we're talking like we're on the board and we know all the actual numbers. We're actually taking guesses of what's on there.
We
I know
we
there's a
taking
lot of motherfuckers
extremely
that got it
educated
for a
guesses
dollar.
though. We taking extremely educated guesses. But
Yeah,
before you even go
yeah. I'm
on,
Hey,
not saying it's not
I'm
though.
gonna ask Tay a question.
but before we even go on, hold on,
Tay,
wait, hold on, Sam. Magnificent. What's your take on this shit? What do you think
No,
Sony's doing?
I'm sending you a link right now. It's pertaining the topic at hand, but the profitability for Game Pass. I think Sony. I didn't mean to interrupt. You can let him go first, and I'll give you
No,
my
because I
perspective.
was supposed to ask you anyway. I was supposed to ask you.
Okay, so as far as Sony goes, I think they're I forgot who said it, but I think I agree with him that Sony's for the most part is comfortable for where they're at right now. I believe Jim Ryan stated last year, or someone from Sony stated last year, that they're just trying to increase the amount of AAA games that are coming out, and then they're going to do maybe a little smaller games. Not meaning I don't think that's what they're only going to do, but we got the Miles Morales game that came out. If maybe there's something to that effect, we start seeing more games like that come out more frequently.
Right.
But I think they're just going to increase the amount of frequency that they drop the games. And I think that for the most part they're just going. And you see small investments here and there that has nothing to do with the us as gamers. Like you see the investment into Evo, which took place. You see the investment into Epic. They're doing little investments here and there, little safeties because they don't want to be complacent. Is what I'm thinking is going on. So they're just trying to solidify and make sure they're not trying to be complacent, but they're trying to make investments because if you don't make those small investments, then you get left behind. They don't want to end up like Blockbuster. You know what I'm saying? Blockbuster let Netflix just come in and swoop that up right underneath them.
That's
So
why
you gotta
they're
have.
so right. That's why they have the. That's why they even have game PlayStation Now and shit like that, just to kind of have it there,
Yeah,
so it won't. So it's already it's like hitting the ground running.
right.
Be,
The infrastructure is already there. They already got the infrastructure set out. It could use some optimizing, of course. There's some things. I'm subscribed to PlayStation Now, and I did it. I got 3 years for like $120, something like that. So it
man,
was real cheap at the time. It ain't bad at all.
they
So
need
I
that here.
mhm. Oh yeah, you don't have it there. You're in Europe, right? Excuse me, my
No,
bad.
Australia, we don't have it. We
Australia,
don't even have
right, right,
PS now here.
you know why,
right.
right?
And I
They
believe
probably
that
got big
they're
ass
investing into
spiders
the
all up in
server.
that fucking server, yo, room.
Ah, man, the spiders aren't that big of a deal.
You crazy as shit, yo. I've seen a spider ate a
You got
fucking
buddy,
chihuahua, nigga.
you got bears and cougars and all that stuff. We didn't have any of that.
Well, I don't know what I seen. I don't know if I forgot where it was, but niggas had their dogs like Dalmatians and fucking Doberman. A fucking cougar came out there and ate that bitch. Took that shit and ran. That shit fucked up. He was like, ow, 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 ow. Never to be seen
Oh,
again.
we got crocodiles.
Fucking cougar just took that bitch. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's fucked up. But Sam, oh no. Jeremy, what were you gonna say about this shit?
Shit, I forgot now.
You got the fucking
Oh, like
what Sony's playing.
they're
Sony
putting
playing.
Outriders because I don't think Outriders is gonna. They know it's not gonna sell very well. I mean, it's gonna sell something, but they're not gonna get the numbers that they're looking for. And Game Pass, what do they have? What do they have in the pipeline right now? They have to put something new on there.
That was to
You
me.
know what
That
I
was
mean?
such a weak game to put out there. They could have put out a lot of games. Shit, they could have. We'll see, but they could have made a deal with Dying Light. You know what I'm saying? Put that bitch out there. That would have been fucking huge. Even I
It's
would
not
have.
out yet though.
I know, but they could have
Right,
said
right.
that we partnered with them and whatever. I would have raised an eyebrow for that shit. Like something major like that. I was like, oh shit, they doing it like that. But there's a thing.
Yeah,
There's people. My question to you, Jeremy, is what do you think? That's my question. What do you think Sony's plan is?
I think Sony's gonna have their AAA's at full price, but I can see like the Neos and the Returnals and the those third party and stuff like that. I can see that going into a subscription.
Like day and date type
As
shit.
kind of a balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the bigger exclusives after say I don't know a year or 18 months they go into the subscription as well.
Or PC. Okay.
Or
Sam.
they're smaller
What if
studios
they
too.
gave you a discount? So if you're subscribed to like let's say PS Plus Ultra, you get like a 20% off discount.
A discount on what?
That would be pretty on first party games. So if you pre-order first-party games, you get 20% off
Oh,
or
you talking about
15% off.
the Costco effect? It's possible.
Yeah,
Sam, you were
that
going
would be
you were
pretty
going that
good.
that would be pretty lit because they're already making like 100% of the profit, with their AAA games.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will eat that shit up. Actually, I'm gonna notate that shit, yo.
Yeah.
That's good shit, man. That's something to
I
kind of
already
look
buy the
into.
shit anyway, so.
I know, but that will really make anybody that's on the fence.
Because
They'd be like, nah, I'm picking that shit up. Um, Sam, you had a question to ask Killate. What were you gonna ask him?
yeah, I was gonna ask Tay, how many subscribers did you reckon did Netflix need to become profitable, Tay?
Hold up, say that again.
How
You're
many
kind of low.
subscribers did Netflix need to become profitable?
I don't even think they're profitable now because they're
Uh,
still
they
at
they
that.
they made a profit recently.
I haven't seen it.
They made a profit, but it gets ate up
How
by the
many
fucking hole that
subscribers
they
did they?
created. But go on, what was your
Yeah.
Yeah,
point
then they
though?
need new content.
You're always chasing. You're always
No,
chasing.
my point is that Netflix, the biggest subservice in the world, pretty much, fucking was in debt for like 10 years. Now, Microsoft, the backing of Microsoft, the backing, their money bags, they can be unprofitable for 10 years because they got the green light from Satya. So they're just trying to disrupt how the gamers spend their money.
Yeah, because
So,
again, what they're
yeah,
going to end
pretty
up
much.
doing is, and we're going to go on to the next subject. What they're going to end up doing is, if they are successful and they change everyone else's mind about how the subscription works, then they're going to have a whole bunch of little fucking games that are like 2 hours, right? Full of multiplayer or co-op and a ton of fucking microtransactions, and people are going to accept it because it is only
Oh yeah.
$15 a month. I
No,
already paid
the
$14.
first couple of years are going to be great. The first couple of years is going to be fuck. Oh my god, this is so much value, so much value.
Hmm.
But then they're going to cut off the hose, or they're going to raise the price. Instead of $15, it's going to be $20 or $25.
I wouldn't even
And then
trust a
some of
fucking
the games are
company.
going to be shorter, or some of the games are going to have alternative business models, like Elder Scrolls. Remember Horse Armor? Maybe we'll have
Yeah.
way more Horse Armor, or maybe Elder Scrolls will have like a gas element or something like that.
Well, you know what though?
I
Before
don't
you,
think it's
but
a coincidence.
yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
No, no, go on, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't think it's a coincidence that they're buying Bethesda and partnering with EA. I mean, Jesus Christ,
The
that is
worst, the
all they need is
worst.
Activision. Yeah,
They are the worst with that.
that
No,
is.
they work together and they're on the same page for a reason. Even if the game, and you know what they're going to do, and this is going to segue into our next topic, which is influencers, because I believe they have their hands up the influencers' ass
Oh
currently.
yeah.
I see a lot of weird shit on Twitter. I see a lot of weird shit on YouTube channels that are pushing this Game Pass. But I could see if you were pushing the shit and you had tangible stuff, tangible, real shit. You have nothing and you're still pushing it. You have a promise. And I feel like that's weird to me. So, what I think is going to happen with the influencers, right? They're going to make this game shorter, right? Where it's sustainable, and then these influencers are going to put out the narrative like, this is so perfect for me being an adult. I got my kids running around. I just want to have like an hour and I'm just done with it. It's so good. It's so many different experiences and stuff like that. And that's going to absolutely wreck. All you need is time, because you can convince anybody with enough time to do anything. You keep chipping away at their psyche, you could easily get them to do that. So, with this next topic, are these influencers. Did your guys peep on Twitter or any kind of social media that they're pushing the fuck out just these subscription services? After last generation, they've said that we want to own our games. Yes! You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now, no one wants to fucking own their games. They just want a subscription service where they don't own shit. You peep that?
They want what Phil tells them to want.
Yep.
What about you, Killer Tay?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that a lot of these influencers pushing away a lot of the younger gaming generation are going forward with games, and them having that hand in there is changing some of the narrative and the reason why they're going the way they're going now.
It's the same thing with Fortnite was big, and the funny thing is, Fortnite was big because of PUBG. Fortnite didn't look anything like what it looks like now. But PUBG had that thing, and everybody was jumping onto it. Thanks to the PC space. Um, but then Fortnite was there,
Yeah.
and it was free for PlayStation users, and it was our only Fortnite when we had like double the user base, and PlayStation gamers are known to play games. So when they
Yeah.
captured that fucking market with Fortnite, obviously it was picking up steam. Then you got fucking Ninja that devoted a shit ton of time doing his whole ninja shit, right? And then all of a sudden, everybody wanted to jump on that Fortnite field. You know what I'm saying? And the whole market shift from Call of Duty for a moment to battle royale games. You can easily shift people into certain things. Everybody wanted to fucking try it and get a piece of that fucking pie. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Um, what about you, Black? What you think?
I mean, man, we all know what it is, man. Like, when you reward good behavior, man, you start to get the desired result, right? Like, you see them giving these influencers all of these different items, care packages, monthly. They're always taking pictures with things, it's like, and it's basically free
Interviews.
advertisement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. Interviews. They get exclusive interviews and all types of things, man. It don't have to necessarily be monetary, but it's stuff that they can make money off of because they got the exclusive. They're getting attention from it. Either it's through social media or through their YouTube pages or whatever medium that you're looking at them through. So it is what it is, man. And to Microsoft's credit, I'm pretty sure Sony does it in some way or fashion as well. So probably not as much. We see a lot from it from
Or
Microsoft,
just
but
as
everybody does it.
egregious. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Because Marlin Gaming Nation,
Hmm.
yeah, he's Sony got him in his he in Sony's pocket.
Who's
Yeah, yeah.
that? Who's that? I don't know who
He
he
got
is.
approved recently for he's
Marlin
created media.
Marlin Gaming Nation, yeah.
Who that?
Nah, he's just a fanboy, like a massive, massive fanboy. He's not.
Nah,
Who
he's
that
He
on
though?
recently
there.
got
I don't
He's
know
on
who
there.
he. I don't know who he is
Not a
though.
massive fanboy.
I don't know who he is though.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber, but he recently
Yeah.
got approved as a Sony Media. You put in an application for that, so you know.
Oh, did he? Yeah, I didn't see that.
Mhm.
But he was making a lot of fake rumors and all this stuff.
Yeah, he does all of the rumor talk. That's where his base comes in and checks him out. He's pretty cool though. He's not
Like the
He's a
biggest.
he
cool
got love
dude,
for
but
Xbox too. Yeah, he's great.
he is part
I
of that
mean, we
Sony
know
deal.
people.
That's the only one that I know of.
We know people in the Twitterverse and the YouTube crumb side shit, right? That are
Yeah.
enamored without the fucking biscuits. You know what I'm saying? That Sony will provide. They fucking are all up Sony's ass. You know what I'm saying? Even without that shit. And I get it because when you have some sort of brand loyalty, it becomes a part of you. What I'm seeing here is different because what I'm noticing is that they are spewing out statistics. That's what I'm noticing. They're spewing out statistics. Benji Games, right? I'm gonna find his shit right now because he's been spewing that shit out crazy.
He's a PC gamer, ain't he?
Nigga,
'Cause I've
he's a
noticed-
he's
I've
a he's a
noticed-
recovering alcoholic is what he is.
Yeah, I know
That's fucked up,
that
wasn't
a
it?
lot
That
of,
was real
like,
fucked up. I'm sorry, but he
He's
is.
not a real
I
analyst.
know that like a lot of the big fucking uh, influencers are all PC gamers,
Yeah, they don't even play on
and they have
Xbox.
yeah.
No, because but you know what the funny thing is, like King Thrash said, when Digital Foundry does their videos, they don't say PC, they say Windows, shit like that. That's how you know some shit is up, and they think that the general public is stupid and won't pick that shit up. Here's a day ago what Benji Cell said, and he has no stake in Microsoft from what I understand. He posts a thread for Forbes or posts a site for Forbes, right? Now he already has a lot of influence because he has a lot of information for sales and he's tied to Reset Air, right? So he has about 19,000 subscribers, and we all know how social media is. It spreads like wildfire. One person tells two people tells four people tells 16 people, that type of bullshit, right? He says this: Game Pass subscriber info from Microsoft, Sarah Bond. First of all, it's Microsoft that's curating this information. That's number one. That's already like sus. She says Game Pass subscribers, one, they spend 20% more time playing games. Another bullet point is they play 30% more games. So they spend more time.
And who?
And they play more games than nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then what? What are you comparing? What are you doing? Then she says they play 40% more genres. Cell phones? What are we comparing this to?
Is YouTube? I don't know. I got an Xbox, and I always look to see if anybody's online, and it's either.
But this isn't
YouTube...
about YouTube though. That's the thing. This is not about YouTube. And then she says they spend 20% more on games overall. And what facet? And they could be absolutely right.
Microtransactions.
But they could be absolutely right. You can spin numbers and just narrative, right? Anyway, she could have captured that information in one fucking day, and that comment would have been correct. For that one day, it just has been successful. You didn't give context as to what the fuck it meant. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the fuck it means. You didn't give context. And then she says here, that's how you know it's suspicious. She says, we're able to make the economics of all of it work. Now, I could go on to that Forbes, which Forbes is a lot of the times inaccurate with the information. But I'm not even going to that shit.
Pieces.
It's opinion pieces. So if they did an interview with that one, especially this came out because Outriders. When Outriders came out and everybody was speaking on this shit on social media, then Forbes wanted to creep in so they can have a particular story that's hot, that's new, that's fresh. You know what I'm saying? And they did it that way. So they listened to her. She's saying all this stuff. She's telling them what they want to hear. If you ever post statistics, there's a comparison between the two. Your statistics versus something. And even if it's in that Forbes piece, Benji Games never specified over what. So he's spreading false narrative as well. Now they know, and here's the thing that will absolve him from the shit. Well, I posted the link. That's up to you to read it. I just gave you the highlights, knowing that people don't typically do that shit anyway. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of influence, and it looks like somebody's paying this fucking nigga to me. That's what it looks like. YouTube and over and over with his shit. You know what I'm saying? That was one day, right? And then he goes on and he says personal information about Miles Morales. He has that one. But that's his opinion, not from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? If you filter out everything, most of the stuff that's happening is about Microsoft and Outriders and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Unless if it's really hot, he's going to post it. If it's not, then it's default to Microsoft and Game Pass for whatever reason. And I don't know why it's like that. I don't. What do you guys think about these influencers? Do you like how dangerous do you think this shit is?
I think there's a lot of astroturfers and whatever, or people with clear biases for Microsoft. And there is some for Sony, but not as prevalent, man. It's not as prevalent, dude. You got like Tom Warren, Jeff Grubb, and you got also these other influencers like Paris and all these other ones. They're like a fucking PR arm for Microsoft. It's crazy.
I had to look at their
like,
shit.
And these are paid professionals as well, man. Some of the shit they say, it's like console war, phone war fodder. It's crazy.
I clicked on their profile to see if they worked for Microsoft, and lo and behold, they don't. And I was like, what are we doing? Magnificent. Do you know? Is there anybody in particular that you want to shout out that is seemingly a influencer on any side.
I mean, the name that comes to mind off top is Paris. I hate to do it to, but he's like the first one that comes to mind. Um, I mean, I don't want to do no name calling, man, but Paris. The big thing with him is you see the influence because
I
like
know what you, I
he
know
has
what you want to call it. We talked about it, but we ain't gonna do that.
yeah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna, this is the no filter, but
I,
my
I'm a,
wife is
I'm a, I'm a,
listening
I'm
in
a
the room.
respect I'm gonna respect you
You
with the
know,
whole filter thing. Yeah.
yeah. So you see, he had the one take about exclusives,
Hmm.
literally 6 months ago or something like that. It was when Horizon went to PC, and he was talking about how exclusivity is bad for gaming. But as soon as the Microsoft deal went through Bethesda, his take has changed. He's singing a whole new tune about how this is great for Game Pass, this is great for Xbox. So like you see that, bro. It's like all right, so he's going based off of whatever Xbox is doing, he with it. It don't matter. And he got tons of followers. He got listeners from back in the day. His YouTube channel, he popping now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody popping when they mess on Xbox.
Yeah, it's true. They got the most subscribers by far.
Right. If you like Sony, that ain't it. If you trying to make some money, you might as well get out the game
Yeah,
now.
you're screwed. You
Yeah,
got
don't.
10,000, you're kicking ass.
Because Sony, they showing love to, they showing love and you getting kickbacks, but not a lot. It's very few
They
people.
showing
You
love
gotta
to
be like super big on
specific
YouTube.
people. So,
Very specific people, bro.
you know what I
Like
mean? And
they
they
have
do that. They do
target.
that. They used to
Yeah.
be integrated into the gaming space, and
Mm-hmm.
they stopped that shit when what is it? Greg over what's his name? That Greg dude, Greg Miller.
Greg Overgraven? Yeah, Greg
Let me
Miller.
tell you
Yeah.
about this bitch, right? Because he wanted also an opinion piece. First of all, he threw Colin under the bus. He said something about International Women's Day or something, and it wasn't even like inflammatory, but
Mm-hmm.
he threw it under there because he wanted to be he wanted to be a warrior, right? A social warrior.
Right.
The same thing happened with Sony. Sony was, hey, Shuhei Yoshida was talking to him. Everything was gravy. Because Sony is only going to follow the people that have a certain amount of subscribers. They ain't going to fuck with you if you have like fucking 10,000. They don't give a fuck about you. You got like 500,000. Yeah, they're going to start fucking with you. That's what they're looking at. But in this case, right, Greg was pissed off because he wanted to use his Fortnite account while I was on the plane. And because he predominantly plays on the Switch, he wanted to, I mean not Switch, he predominantly plays on PS4. He wanted to move his account over to the PlayStation 4 or on the
Right.
Switch, I mean. And he started posting a string of tweets that caught wind. This is why a lot of companies are afraid to speak out. And every time a company or somebody says some fucked up shit, they trying to shut him up. Here, hush, hush, hush. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up he ended up posting all these hashtags. Unlock my games, unshackle my games, Sony. What are you doing? I was so disappointed in Sony. After all these years of being a fan, I couldn't even play my Fortnite account. Nigga, why you playing Fortnite? That's my question to you. Why are you playing Fortnite? Playing on a fucking
He's been
plane.
an Xbox dick sucker for a while. Bro,
Well,
they just love the friendliness.
now it is. Now it is. But once he did that and it started catching fire and everybody started following that shit, and he ended up, I'm gonna say some fucked up shit. I don't give a fuck how that shit sounds. When he got cancer, people were afraid to call him out on his bullshit because it's like, ooh, I don't want to be that guy that I don't know. He's probably in remission. I don't want to spark that shit up again. I don't want to say nothing because if I say something, I look like an asshole. Everybody was like really dancing around the subject when it's the same time I believe happened with Colin. And that's why they split and they're not friends anymore. You know what I'm saying? Sony was like, if you're gonna do that shit after we let you in, we went on your podcast and channel, and you're gonna sit there and cause a big fucking ruckus when you know it's a business move. We ain't fucking with you no more, and they haven't fucked with his ass since. Not Shuhei, he may give a like and keep it the fuck moving, to keep shit cordial. And it's a shame. And you want to know something before we end this podcast, right? There is a lot of feminism going on, right? That everybody knows of. And I just realized something. Over the weekend, I stood my PS5 upright, and I just realized this console is catering to women. Stand up.
It's a wrap.
No, stand your PlayStation 5 up.
It's never been down.
Mine is standing up.
Doesn't it look like a vagina? It looks like a vagina, doesn't it?
Oh my
Y'all ain't see
god.
that? You just now
Oh
seeing
my
that, bro?
god.
That's why
The
it's so damn sexy,
PlayStation
man. Look
is
at
a pussy. That
Y'all didn't-
Would it
console,
be catering to men then?
that console, and the
my
disc,
God.
that console is a feminine. I was wondering why I liked the console so much. I was like, ooh, this is kind of sexy. And I was like, it looked familiar. What does it look like? I was like, does it look like the PS2? It was a pussy the whole
It's like a
time.
Neolithic monument, man.
It looks like a pussy. You can see like the little thing. It's like a pussy.
Yeah, it got the lips and everything.
It got the fucking
Look
lip,
at it.
the labia, the shit. They got the lips.
Yeah, motherfucker,
Beautiful thing.
stupid.
Which that shit is a fucking.
Bro, you're gonna kill me.
I was like, oh shit, this is a vagina.
Yeah.
That shit is the
In
most.
the middle is a big ass clitoris. You know what I'm saying?
The on button, the eject button is a fucking clitoris. So every time you try to, you flip it, you flip the beam.
Nah. No. The bean is in the wrong spot then.
It's supposed to be a little bit higher, but some chicks have the.
Should be in the
I'm
middle.
referring to the
Fucking,
top.
that's
I'm
fucked
referring
up.
to the top.
It should
Talking
be.
about what the hell?
It should be a little higher. I get it. But some women have retarded pussies. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's a little misshapen. You know what I'm saying? Some vaginas is misshapen in the inside and shit. I remember I was smashing this chick, and it was the worst experience I ever had. It was not touching things it was supposed to. I was, what the fuck is going on? That was the inside, and then there's the outside that looked like somebody had a crotch rocket and just burnt out in her lap, and then drove the fuck off. I've seen that shit too. So that's dangling pussy, is what I call it. You know what I'm saying?
Shit's been crushed too many times.
That shit. Then there's the chicks that they shaved, but they didn't shave right with the right materials and shit like that. So now it looked burnt. Like that, like the cookout hot dogs. The hot dogs, they be burnt.
Oh, blistered. Oh.
Dried meat.
It be burnt on the side. I'm like, why you shit? It's a lot of pigmentation there. What's going on with your shit? What's up? Oh, okay. So white women have the roast beef and the black women have the cookout burnt sides. But anyway, that's going to conclude. I had to say something because it was getting real serious. That's going to conclude this podcast. No Filter Gamecast. I hope
Your pants on.
I hope you guys like the podcast. I just want to kind of speak some things, highlight some things and stuff like that. This is where I wanted to kind of head off to, like the structure and stuff like that. But tune in next week, same time. So we're talking about 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday. This was pretty fucking fun. I got to figure out why I'm getting so many error messages. So if you guys know why Streamlabs is giving me like mad error messages, I have like 1,200 megabits per second, and for some reason, every fucking 5 seconds I'm getting like error messages all over the place. The last thing I want to say before we part ways is I really appreciate all of your guys' support, whether you're watching it or participated in the podcast. I really appreciate that shit. As you already can see or gather in the channel, I'm a black guy, and I have a problem with the black community not sticking together and doing shit together or helping each other out. It pisses me out. Huh?
But wait a minute, you're black?
Huh.
Yeah, well, you didn't tell me this shit.
Oh,
I'm on the wrong podcast.
Never mind.
I gotta start watching my screen.
I can't be supporting black people like this. What is going on?
Who the fuck said Black Lives Matter? No, but bitch, I don't give a fuck about you. No, but it's just hard when you're in the YouTube space or just any space, and you try to, you need as much help as you can get, and people don't really fucking support you, or they're in their feelings about some fucking stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't be bothered with it anymore. I just can't.
Yeah, YouTube hate you guys.
With black people.
All the best people I listen to are black, and they got like 10,000 or less, but all these fucking morons got 50,
You
60,
know why, right? It's
80,000.
not YouTube that hates us. It's we keep saying nigga.
They just that, and you're honest. You're not just like saying like what the company
If I
wants you
if
to
I
say.
didn't if I didn't say if I didn't say nigga that much, or the crazy inflammatory shit that I say, like the PlayStation 5 looking like a retarded pussy, I would probably get more views.
I mean, that can't even be the case because the Black Okage, aka Modern War Negro, he say
Right.
nigga almost every podcast. And
I can't listen to
he got
I
almost a
can't listen to
million.
Thrash during break.
I think you got to be a PC gamer. You have to be a PC gamer. You can't just console.
Which hence the reason why. I mean, and you know what I noticed too. Like, even if you speak the truth, if your channel is called something specific, you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
people would just be like, I don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? I've seen
Yeah.
people that speak the truth, and they'd be like, you're biased. You'd be like, what the fuck? I just listed a whole bunch of facts. Like, literally, like I just read off some facts. They'd be like, I know what this is. You're biased. No, I'm not. I'm really not. But okay. But either way, it's not being just about the black thing. It's just helping people out. Basically, I really appreciate you guys jumping in. Sam, Lawrence, Jeremy, Killer Tay. I don't know what his name is, nigga. 227.
Do that.
Hey, 29, motherfucker. Quinova, what's going on, man? We're about to is that, did I say it? Quinovo? Yeah, I guess I did. Something like that. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're about to wrap it up. I guess if you want to take a look to see what's going on, I'm not gonna drag this shit out. People have things to do, and shit like that.
Go upstairs.
You got Jeremy with his kid running around with his ass out running and shit.
Yeah, he's wet. I don't know how he's wet or why he got wet, or I don't want to know. I don't want even want to know. As long as it's not, just go see your mom.
I guarantee you he's probably splashing in the toilet. That's what happened.
Probably.
I found a Snicker. It don't smell good. Where you find it out? In a bathroom, nigga. Where in the bathroom?
FY 204 million for Netflix
What about it?
A million on Netflix.
subscribers.
Oh, I think I was telling this to Black.
204.
They have actually partnered with Comcast. So Comcast is bundling a lot of Netflix. They've been doing that shit for 3 years.
Yeah, you told us that last podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's part of the reason why they jumped up. Because at one point it was like 90 million, and then all of a sudden it went from 90 million to what you just said now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit that's going on, a lot of partnerships and shit like that. But I appreciate you guys though. I really do. I appreciate you coming out here. Hopefully we do this again next week. I have to really look into it. If you guys know, or if you heard this video and you got to the end and you have ever used Streamlabs, and I keep getting these fucking error messages. If you guys know anything, let me know. Hit me up. I think I had like 50 something errors during this hour. I don't know what's going on here. Probably the bit rate is too high.